Play it. Press play. Got it. We have a soundboard now, guys. Welcome to the Excited People Podcast. We got a app. Robbie, what's the name of the app?
It is Best of Vine Soundboard.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, so it makes some great Vine soundboard noises that we're gonna try to. We're not gonna cater to the soundboard, okay? We're not those people, but it's pretty hilarious. So
yeah, but they press like 1,000 things at once.
We're like, yeah, TJ man.
And then there's like some sounds in there. And stuff.
What's it go? Brr, 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 brr,
That's what I was
That's the
looking
noise.
for.
That's like the
Oh.
Is that Big Boy Radio?
The air horn.
Is that Big Boy Radio that does that all the time? He's always.
It's that one, and it's the one in New York.
Is that Sway?
No.
Oh.
They do that, like, they also make, like, kissy noises and, like, women, like, sexually talking, and they're like, the AM radio.
The AM radio, yeah.
Oh, those weird ones. That's why AM needs to stay on AM.
Yeah, the way AM does stay on AM.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to AM radios when I'm like, these people...
You listen to it in the morning, and it makes you want to fall asleep.
Well, so I'm trying to wake up.
And I'm like, oh my god. They're like, in other news, sports. And I'm like, oh no.
Oh no. Well, again, welcome to Excited People Podcast. I'm your host, Armani Anderson. And your other host,
Robbie.
And our other host.
Tasman.
Welcome, Taz.
Yeah.
Well, we changed it to we've gone through the amount of our friends that will come on the podcast. So rather than call them all guests, we're gonna say other hosts.
Oh,
because you've been on it enough times.
That's true.
You should get an other host.
Oh,
she's one of that third host that switches in and out.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you feel good about
Our
that.
Coco
host.
She's in love with the.
I'm thinking of Coco's what you call Ice-T's wife.
Coco, yeah.
Coco.
There you go. See?
Yeah, look at that.
There you go.
Coco. She's really black, but not black.
Oh, I was about to say.
Is her butt fake again? I forgot.
I don't know. She's taking those shots.
What shots? Are there butt shots?
There you go.
Are there shots that make them grow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's fake. That's so Instagram. No, you already
that wasn't intentional though.
Well, that was perfect. She was testing out, and she had one that's perfect, talking about Coco's behind.
Do you want to say booty?
Booty. I want to say booty. Booty's the right word to say for her. What she has going on there. She was talking about on like Conan or something like that. She can look over her shoulder and see it.
Oh,
like that's a really big butt.
I can do that too, right?
Can you?
Yeah.
I'm asking if you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, man, sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo!
So we were actually talking before the podcast about the news this week was very
depressing.
Yeah, there was a lot of depressing stuff. But like I said, we found some good, exciting things. Robbie's gonna be getting her driver's license again.
Yes.
California likes to take your money, and they can just be like,
she's like, I was clap for myself.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm getting my license reinstated. That's the thing. Back in the day
when
I had tickets.
See, it's tickets.
And I didn't get to pay them. I was so young and stupid.
Yeah.
You just don't. You don't think about it. You don't think it's gonna catch up to you until you really want to start your life, and then you're just like, oh.
Like I repaid his ticket off because he was like had to get insurance. And I was like, see, so there's a lot of stuff that happens when you're like, oh yeah, I give no consequences. You're like, oh, I don't need to pay my ticket. I don't have nothing.
I have nothing.
Like the first 2 years, like I worked. There was a year when I first started working, I only worked there for like 6 months, but I didn't file my taxes because I had put 0 dependents. Mm. But I didn't work the whole year, so I was like, I'm not gonna file my taxes. Why would I? I have no taxes to pay. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But
yeah, so
I just hope the RSA. ISIS. Sorry.
ISIS?
Not ISIS.
IRS
doesn't come after me.
Either one. They might come after you. They're in the same category.
Yeah,
they're both evil and kill people's dreams.
The IRS. People W-2 should be in the mail, guys. Everyone should be
balling sooner.
I mean, like, do you ball? Do you ball technically once you get all that going for you?
They do.
Huh?
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do. Like, I don't
ball, people.
I did my taxes.
Do not ball. Spend your money wisely.
Yeah.
Spend it wisely.
I always, like, last year I was waiting for taxes to come because I had owed someone money. So I was like, hey, I'm going to hit you back as soon as, because I had to get a car. But I got a car, paid that person back, and I got a laptop because at that time I didn't have.
Yeah.
Like a
that's
laptop,
the time to buy necessities, catch up on your bills.
Exactly.
Pay debt,
invest into something that'll bring your money back.
Exactly.
Not lottery.
Not the lottery.
Not the lottery. Come on.
Yeah, 3 people, taxes are just now being due, so I wonder if you get all that money, can you just pay on the taxes now? Like the people who won?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure the government takes the taxes first.
They take it
I'm sure they're like, hey, Powerball, before you pass that way.
Bring everybody,
Bring a little this way for because
the government showed themselves some love, and then they give you some money.
Because they take off top, and then like as I was reading, government takes what they want off or what they get off top was like a percentage. So depending on how much money.
I love how you started that. What they want. They get whatever they want
first. Because I'm sure it changes the amount money goes up.
But if you think about it, it's everybody's money that bought tickets.
Definitely.
So the government's taking everybody's money, and that one person that won
is
taking everybody's money.
I mean, because you pay taxes when you buy the ticket. Is it like $2.16 or something like that?
I don't know.
I don't even know. For real though, they'd be taking your money.
Yeah.
And then the state gets money. That's why I was like. But I paid my taxes this year. Did pretty good. This year I didn't get to claim Taz. Her mom said they're going to claim Taz.
They're like, you got married in December. I'm claiming her.
Yeah, that's true.
So I hope I didn't accidentally claim her. I don't think I did.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah, I still have to do my taxes. I'm not...
Did you do W-2 yet, though?
I'm not in a rush because I don't do W-2s. I get a 1099. So.
Oh, because you're a contractor.
Yeah.
Oh, 1099s? I've never done taxes like that. Is it hard? Do you use TurboTax?
No, I have somebody that does my taxes for me. So I just get everything together. What I was told when I first started my
barbering.
My barbering was,
can we call it barbering?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a word?
Yeah. Barbering.
Okay.
Oh, sweet then.
That you I just lost my train of thought.
You said your W-2, you have to get your tax together. You said
1099, yeah. It's best you have to leave a paper trail.
Yeah.
So any money that you get...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to have someone...
You have to put it in the bank.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I don't have to...
record tips.
Yeah, I don't have to report tips.
Mm-hmm.
And, is this bad to say?
No. You
don't have to report... I don't have
You're not required to record
I'm actually
tips.
not...
But if you want to, if you record them, you're like...
You have to.
I know. Like, are you supposed to?
No, if you do report your tips, then you report all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't report tips. But this is what I'm getting to. If this is bad, I don't report some of the money that I make either, though.
Oh, well then, you're going to jail.
So
the government's going to come after you.
No, because I don't. Because some days, you forget. You forget to go to the bank and then you don't put it in.
Yeah.
But
so you spend some of it.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily. Yeah. I mean, like I know a lot for like people who get W-2s is for like unemployment. That's where that will come in handy. Like I don't know if you ever have to claim it, but I know that people who record their tips, if they ever go on unemployment, they're like, oh, this is how much you're usually making. We'll comp you this much, but you get more because they're like, okay, you're recording the tips you're getting too.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't record their tips just because you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah, so I don't get money back.
Waiters and this lady at work, her daughter is a dancer.
Yeah, same thing with dancers too.
Yeah, they don't they count the money. It's counted as a gift. They don't have to record it. But I mean, like,
but if it's accounted for as a gift, it's a tax write-off.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if that.
Well, no, wait, not for the dancer. For the people that get, if they could use that for.
I don't know, people.
Because if you give a gift to somebody or you donate to somebody,
this is my second year doing taxes. This is my second year doing taxes. Oh, can you claim that? I don't know if you can claim donating money to scripters.
I don't know. If you get a piece of paper saying it,
that'd be so great, though. That'd be so great, though. Be like, this man used $3,000 on Tuesday. You're like, whoa.
When you live in the strip club, can I get a receipt?
Can I get a receipt? I want my tips count as receipts, please, sir.
Tax write-off.
Taxes are coming up.
Donation or gift.
However you would like to write. Sir, we don't do that here.
Oh, man.
You should. More people would come. Trying to save on their taxes. Donated $3,000. 2 dancers.
Right?
What kind of dancers, sir?
Exotic.
So, speaking of taxes in the year.
Somebody give me a kid if they need to.
Yeah, dude, that's what someone told me. You get a lot of money from kids.
I'm just kidding. If you have an extra kid, pass it over.
Just for the
everyone who has a kid is like, oh yeah, I'm keeping all these kids. Someone told me Josh he's like having kids is worth the taxes. I was like, that's messed up, man.
I know.
Oh, could you imagine Jen Hardy's taxes?
Oh yeah, her taxes probably look real healthy, but also her taxes probably are pretty decent. Well, because she has a lot of kids, but at the same time, you have to pay for you have to support all those kids. So I don't know if necessarily it comes back to you until IRS. Who's making up these rules? I just realized, I'm like, well, who's saying you get kids, you need more money? What about the rest of us?
Well, when you have kids, you need more money.
That's what I'm saying.
Children.
They're not giving you your money back. They're technically taking that money from the taxes that everyone's paying to give to people who have kids.
That's true.
So I mean, like, and it's not like it's a healthy amount of money that you get for the kids that you have. It's not like, oh, here goes a couple extra dollars. Here goes like $50 per kid. It's like hundreds of dollars per kid.
That's probably why my parents are playing with me.
Well, you're not. You're 18.
Oh, that's true.
So.
Well, but that's because it depends on how much the parents put out. That's why they use the pay stubs from the parents and stuff, and how much that they put out and they make annually.
Oh, okay.
And then they break it down to how many kids they have. So how much money they make and versus how many kids they have is how much they break it down and how much they estimate will give them back. Yeah.
You know what? Doing taxes must be the most boring job. Like if your job,
it's only seasonal. Technically, you work as much as they do for the Super Bowl. You work for like 3 months doing taxes. You can make a good penny. But that's what I'm saying. Like, because you have to be an accountant. So I'm like, you have to know numbers, and then you have to know tax law. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like,
yeah.
But thankfully, like, this is my second year doing taxes. I don't have any deductions. I don't have any property. I don't have any stocks or bonds. I don't have none of that. I don't own property. But in California, you can pay in your registration. You get money back for that. So
oh, cool.
I got $9 off my taxes.
If you work 6 months or less, you don't have to claim your.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's 6 months. Even that 6 months. Worked for 6 months 1 year, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was getting paid. I worked 1 day a week for.
But you still have to report yourself. But you don't have to report.
My mom reported me.
For last year?
No, the year that I had that.
Oh, I was gonna say,
no,
wow.
I reported myself for the last 2 years. Last year was my first year. I just used TurboTax. Guys, they're free. This is not an ad, but TurboTax. You can get your taxes filed for free. They do have options that cost money to do more in depth and save your information from last year. Of course, this is America, but they do have a totally free option. I did it. Like they have a thing that was $27, and they'll take it out of your return. So technically, you don't even have to put in your credit card to get all that information done. I think they just want your taxes done because they care about you. So
don't procrastinate. Get your money.
Yeah, don't procrastinate. Please don't. Because the longer you wait, I don't know what happens the longer you wait. People are always panicking, but
the IRS will come after you.
Yeah, they'll take more money than you could if you were like, "Yo, here's the money I made," rather than coming up and like, "Let me see your money, sir."
I think I've experienced so much stuff in my life already that's happened to me. I didn't file my taxes, and they put a levy on my bank account, which means that they freeze your bank account
and take the money they owe you.
They tell the bank how much the person owes, and then they take it from you if you don't call them in a certain amount of time to make a payment arrangement or
snap.
They give you a chance to report, so they can only take half or however much they need. If not, they're taking all your money. They're seizing all your money.
They seize it, yeah. The IRS will come after you.
IRS.
Who was that? John Oliver last week. John Oliver last week tonight. He has a show.
I lost $600. All my money. They pull from your checking and your savings.
They pull straight from it,
and they charge you a fee.
For having to do that. That's wrong.
The bank does. The bank charges the fee.
Yeah, see, on John Oliver is like the IRS. He's like, they basically fund the country because they're independent. Basically they work for the government. They're not a government, system. They're not like the CIA or something like that. So they contract the government says, hey, IRS, get all of our money. But the government has slowly been giving them less money to run their business. Mm-hmm. So I'm like that, and so they're like, we kind of need people to pay taxes because that runs the country.
Yeah.
He's like, even though it's a horrible place, he's like, it's like the butthole. We all, what would happen to our food if we did not have the ugly butthole? But we have to deal with it. So thank you, IRS, for what you do. We love you. If you want us to sponsor our podcast,
our money out of our bank account. If we don't file our taxes,
they're filing that. They are protect. They are
what
literally
about a
funding
warning,
the
though?
country.
What about a warning, though?
They have like 90% of their employees are, God, I forgot, like over 40 or something like that. Oh, wow. It was like a stupid number. Like it was like
why?
Just because they haven't been able to hire new people because it showed like for
they're already dying off.
Exactly, for the past 7 years, the government's slowly been leaving like, oh, we're not going to give you as much money. We're not going to give you as much money. So now they're like, can you please give us money? Like, dude, give us something. Like, we can't expand this. We can't get you your money. Like, that's what they literally get you your money. But freaking as the beginning of the year. I don't know, for those of you who were around, and those that do, appreciate Kanye West, will know what Good Friday is. I will let you know, before I explain it to these guys, Good Friday is back. Kanye tweeted last week that Good Friday is back.
Whoops.
Wrong sound.
Very wrong sound.
So, Good Friday. What Good Friday is? Kanye West, when he releases My Dark Twisted Fantasy, he would release a song for a free song every Friday from that album leading up to it. So he's having a new album coming out, which was named Swish, which he changed. He last night he tweeted new name of the CD is Waves. So he changed the last night. It comes out February 11th.
You excited?
I'm so excited.
You're a Kanye fan?
I'm a huge Kanye fan.
Are you? Oh,
I listen to every single CD that Kanye has put out, and I smile every time. Every Kanye song that I ever hear, I go, "Aw, Kanye's so good." But he changed the name of his album, and they're thinking he's gonna do it again. He might do it again, just because he's Kanye West, so he can do whatever he wants. So he changed the name of his album, and he changed the songs around because he had this like notepad where he had the songs written out. Like
I'm not a Kanye fan anymore. So
anymore? Whoa, what happened?
After 808, I just
you didn't like 808?
No, I did. I loved it, but after I just
you didn't like My Dark Twisted Fantasy?
No,
that's my favorite.
Oh no, Kanye, yes.
Oh no!
I was like,
listen to me. I listened to all of the Kanye albums from the beginning.
He has great puns, but his career, his albums, be honest, it tells his life story because of the simple fact of his transition from as a person.
Yes, but that's why it's beautiful.
It is nice, but I just don't like his choice of metaphors.
Well, let's see. This is what happened. This is what we can. His mom died during 808s and Heartbreak.
Right.
So that's when everyone can say there is a new Kanye. A new Kanye was born after 808s and Heartbreak. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My Dark Twisted Fantasy was kind of him coming back, recovering from all of that, from his 808s and Heartbreak. Because that 808s and Heartbreak, I listened to it. Super dark CD. Like, so everything is super low and like bassful sound.
Yeah.
And then My Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yeah. And then My Dark Twisted Fantasy is a lot more. It's definitely crazier. It's a lot more like fantasy, and it's like coming back, being a lot more crazy.
Well,
and
I don't know whether to like two-step or dance like fast.
Well, because that's like on 808. Okay, so on
I like to dance. That's why.
Dark Twisted Fantasy, he had Power. He had Monster. He had what was that one song with Rihanna? Go take it to that ghetto university. I can't remember the name of that song.
Me either.
But yeah. So that's when he had that. But this is okay. Think about it this way. So new things in his life that would create more music, that would create to change the way his music.
Right.
He had a daughter, and he's having a son. Now imagine a Kanye with that mindset. Now
it's gonna be nice. Have you heard? I heard the one about him.
Yeah.
Talking
Real Friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Oh no, wait, which one? The one talking to his daughter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's nice.
That one was nice. That tearjerker.
Yes, that one was good. That's what I'm saying. This is the new Kanye we have here.
I'm excited to hear this new stuff, but he has to convince me.
I just hope
he has to convince me back, because originally I was a Kanye fan from day one. Day one. But when 808 Heartbreaks came out, I wasn't sure about it. But it was a love and hate thing for me. But then when, what is the other one called? Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah, see, I was the same way too.
And then he started out with
and
the
listen,
Yeezus
he lost me at Yeezus, but then I went back and listened to it again, and it's actually really good. And that's why I'm on Kanye again, because I'm like, I was like, I can't believe I lost faith. I lost faith in Kanye. He knows what he's doing. He feels like I said, that's why it's nice, because if you look through Kanye's music, you can see the transformation in himself.
Yeah.
So at least you know he's being honest with himself. He's not like coming out with an album because PR.
Like he has his fans on like the palm of his hand. You feel like he's gonna drop you as a fan, and then he
for real
saves it. Just like
because was it like I heard so Adele, as people may be familiar, Adele had the 25 album. She dropped her album. She did not make it available for streaming on any of the major streaming sites. Spotify, Apple Music, Google. You have to literally go and buy it, and that's the only reason why I haven't listened to it yet. And it was funny.
Slowly they're going on the radio though, so I'm slowly but surely listening. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll have to go. I want to go buy the CD but I was listening to that, and they're like, that did not stop her CD from going. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's kind of mean of her. And this. In the 2015 age, 2016 now.
I know, wrong time to do this.
Digital age, she's like, I'm not a part of that.
I have Play Music.
Yeah, I do too. It's amazing.
And
they have it on the Apple.
Nah, I've been checking. I was reading about
they had it on Apple.
They were talking about how Adele her album still did really well, even though she did not.
Well, everybody wanted to go buy it.
It's not on Apple either. She didn't do it Apple either. Like Taylor Swift has done Apple only. There's no Taylor Swift songs on Google
so you
Play.
have to buy it in stores?
Yes.
Wow, she's went old school. Let's see who her
did.
real fans are.
Yeah. So I might actually go get it, because I was very excited.
Because every time we pass by it, we're like,
yeah, you're like, who's buying a CD now? You're like, I don't even have a CD player in my car. I have an aux cable. Like, I don't know if I'll ever even get there.
I know.
I might go buy a CD, because I do buy a CD of artists that I really like. Mm-hmm. I bought a B.O.B. CD, his last
for memorabilia?
Just for, in case the word ever goes. No, I'm joking. No, just because it's nice to support, that you supported the artists. And
you can support them. You can support them through iTunes.
Yeah, well, that counts if you buy it on iTunes.
They get paid.
iTunes now puts it on iMusic, which will make it available. That's what I'm saying. I don't think people don't buy music off iTunes. It might be available on iTunes.
I don't have iMusic because I have Play Music.
Yeah, I have Play Music too. So I think you can. I think I can buy the CD, but we just can't stream it.
All that money we pay monthly for Google Play, and for iMusic and stuff, they go to the artists.
Yeah, I know it does.
So,
but you get like a cents per people who listen to it, and so people want you to buy the album.
That's true.
And they also want you to go to the concert, because artists really make their money through the concert.
That's where they make their money. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Mm-hmm.
So she was like, "Oh, I want everyone to buy my music."
She just wants to see the real.
Speaking of artists that I bought the CD for, B.O.B. Did you guys hear what happened to B.O.B. and
No.
Neil deGrasse Tyson? This is my favorite story from the week. And a very slow week, I will admit to you guys. But this is my favorite story of the week. So, B.O.B., do you guys know that there are people who still believe the Earth is flat?
What?
Yeah.
Don't tell me he's one of them.
He is one of them.
No!
And he has been posting stuff on Twitter.
No!
Yes, he has been posting stuff. He's one of them. He's like a firm believer. Like, I'm not sure firm believer. I don't know where this came from, but he started putting stuff about the Earth being flat, about the government trying to trick you, and all kinds of stuff. Like, he'll put a picture, like, this picture clearly shows pixelation. It was like a picture taken from the moon and stuff like that.
Oh my
so
goodness.
He really
Do you have pictures?
Do I have pictures of... Our wife, see the Wi-Fi's messed up. I should show you because I had some that I wanted to show you the pictures. That they're fine. The pictures are okay. It doesn't really show.
Wow.
And he put a picture on there. Sorry, that's why I wish I could have show you right now. But it was a picture of the sun coming up over the horizon, and the sun, the light that shines off the sun, you know, it reflects on the water.
Yeah.
He's like, why is the light reflected off the water a straight line if the Earth is rounded? Okay. That's a lot of their arguments are the horizon, something to do with the horizon.
It's perspective, though.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It is 2016. No one should legitimately believe the Earth is flat. Anyway, but B.O.B has been dropping some mixtapes. He's been dropping some real solid mixtapes.
I'm a fan.
He dropped 2-3 mixtapes just within the last week. 3 mixtapes last week, but he released a song.
Man, he's going hard, huh?
Yeah. B.O.B loves mixtapes.
B.O.B.
But he released a song. Because his Twitter beef was with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, he started beef with Neil deGrasse Tyson, the world's most famous astrological astronaut. What's it called? What do they call it? Astronomers.
Astronomical.
No, it's something, not astronomers.
Something like that.
He's just the smartest man regarding the stars. But he released a song basically, challenging Neil deGrasse Tyson because he used a bunch of stuff that Neil deGrasse Tyson said to validate his argument. And so then Neil deGrasse Tyson put out a tweet that says,
"Man, they should have Twitter fights like round 1.
You can listen. I retweeted. I'll show you after.
Tag team.
You won't believe Neil deGrasse. So B.O.B tweeted out to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and the song is called "Flatline." Was the name of B.O.B's song, right? So I listened to it and I was like, okay, this is pretty dope. And it was, he put featuring Neil deGrasse Tyson, even though Neil deGrasse Tyson was not on the song. And so then Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted out. He said, "I'm not a rapper. You guys know that I'm not a rapper, but I know people who are. This is what we came up with." And so they released, it was basically like a Drake parody of that song back to back. It was called Flat to Fact.
Oh my goodness.
Going flat to fact.
Yeah.
Going flat to fact. Oh my goodness. Literally destroyed his whole theory with science in a rapping way. It was so great. It was he got his cousin or his nephew or cousin or somebody to record this diss track. And I was reading.
What's his name again?
Neil deGrasse Tyson, or the guy who recorded it.
Neil what?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He has an astronomy show. That's why he's like the foremost scientist for space.
Oh. I'm not a rapper.
It was so.
But I know people.
When I show you,
that's amazing.
Let me just see if this works. Because you got to see a picture of Neil deGrasse Tyson and to be like, oh, I see what's happening here.
Aw, poor B.O.B.
But it was funny because there were people's tweets who were like, I don't think B.O.B understood the gravity of this situation. I was like, yes. The internet's not working. Okay, but Neil deGrasse Tyson, he kind of looks like Cleveland from the Cleveland Show. That's exactly how he looks.
Oh, wow.
No, not gonna lie, he looks like that, but in a suit.
Nice.
Just the nerdiest looking guy ever, but he totally will just demolish anybody who comes against him about science. So it was funny. And it was funny because he was like, he even said, he's like, we still like B.O.B's music.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to take my notes because I didn't get to print them out today. So
I know, we're just all kind of like, okay, whatever brings up next.
B.O.B. So B.O.B. definitely got a loss in there. And it was funny. People were making jokes. They're like, someone put a poll on Twitter that was like, is B.O.B.'s lost to I keep saying his full name. You have to say his full name for some reason. Is B.O.B.'s lost to Neil Tyson worse than
call him Neil?
Drake's destruction of Meek Mill?
Oh my gosh.
Meek Mill's just.
I have to hear it now. I really have to hear it.
I'll show you later. I'll show you right after. It's pretty good. And so there are people who still believe that the Earth is flat, which is very. As people were putting in, he said literally centuries of information of science.
It says it in the Bible.
It says it in the Bible. People don't even care. People like at that point, at the point of where we are in life, in technology, satellites. There's no reason to believe that the Earth is flat.
That's what I was
We
just gonna
travel
say.
around the world in planes now.
That's true.
There was literally no reason for us to believe that the world
Wait,
is flat.
Okay, so if it's flat, then he would believe that there's like a drop off, right?
Okay, not necessarily that the Earth is flat, but also people believe that the Earth has flat sides. I guess is what.
There's outer space perspective showing
Exactly.
that the Earth is a sphere.
These people are clearly crazy people. There is no reason in 2016 now. The scientific advance that we have, we literally can have a computer in our palms that people should believe in.
We can Google outer space images
Whenever we want.
just whatever we feel like looking at stars through our PC.
They should send him out there to see for himself.
For real though.
It's definitely crazy. It's actually
Check 'em.
really...
Then he'll be like, the reflection of the sun and the moon makes it look like a sphere.
Yeah!
Totally just
People,
make up his own stuff.
they obviously are making their own choice to not believe in that because it's...
Yeah, closed-minded.
Yeah. You have to make the choice to not believe in something like that.
It's so obvious.
But there's a really cute story. They didn't actually, like when I read this story, they didn't have no information about this dog. But there was a dog who ran a half marathon
So
over the weekend, and he got 7th place. They gave it a medal, which I thought was messed up for that next person.
And I was like, come
on, man!
I can see a picture of this other guy going like, with his arms up.
I'm still stuck on
The fact is
the fact that, yeah, it's a half marathon.
I had to read it 3 times because I was like, oh wait, so he ran half a marathon and stopped. I get it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, finished the race 7th. I was like, wait, there's half marathon races.
Why don't...
Yep.
So a marathon is going to be like 23.5 or some miles.
I don't remember.
I have no idea, but a marathon is like 23, 25
Why don't they just
miles.
call it like a half-a-thon?
A half-a-thon. Because you can be any type. You can be a half-a-thon. There could be a half-a-thon where you call in and I don't know. I don't know what thon.
You can call in.
What's a thon? Like a thon, a marathon. Like the root word of thon is like a party, big event.
Kind of reminds me.
Because I think that's what that root word would have to be. Because if you put like marathon and like part-a-thon, there's always like call-a-thons and.
Let me do this research.
Call-a-thons? I have no idea.
But
Cat-thon kind of reminds me of Flash, though.
Well, big ups to that dog.
Yeah, and it was no one there's dog. That's why it was weird. There was no one.
Was like, oh,
yeah.
I'm just gonna go on.
That's
this
what they
run.
said accidentally. I think the dog was in the park that day and just started running.
He saw a bunch of people running, and he's
Saw
like,
a bunch of people running and followed
The
people.
Forrest Gump of dogs.
Yeah, he was pretty much.
I just started running.
Dog was just there at the park, and then the dog started following somebody and just ran the whole marathon. And it was like one of those big lazy dogs, like with the droopy faces.
It's a bloodhound, right?
Yeah, it was a bloodhound.
It was a bloodhound.
It wasn't like an energetic Pomeranian, like it was like
Those
a big
dogs
bloodhound.
are so cute.
They are.
They have like skin with skin. There's this picture of him running, and you can see like his skin.
You see the wrinkles of the dog moving.
Oh, so cute.
It was so cute.
I did think that was a cute little story about
A dog.
about the dog. Yeah.
It's so weird.
So do you think you could ever? Do you ever find yourself doing something by accident? Speaking of this dog, like, do you ever find yourself like, oh man, I didn't even realize what I was doing because you do it all the time, or just like the dog just uses it's dumb, but I'm like, what's something you do by accident a lot?
Something I do by accident is I'll be talking and then I'll blurt out my thoughts and be like, oh,
you do that? You're one of those people.
I didn't mean
She's
that.
like,
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I don't really meet those people. I like those people though.
Yeah, I'll do that sometimes.
But when you act, it's only when you have to not say what you're thinking.
When my thoughts are louder than what's going on or what I'm supposed to be thinking.
I think that person should be more interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty interesting.
Because you're well, not you. I'm saying whoever you're talking to should be more. Because if your thoughts are louder than the conversation. That person needs to, because she's like, this person's boring. I'm gonna go into my quiet place.
I do.
What's your head look like? Do you ever go into your head to see what it looks like? What does it look like?
Well, to describe my head on how it looks.
Yeah, if you have to put a location or like some people have white rooms. I don't understand.
I have a room. I do have a room, but it's like a gray room.
Oh.
It's like grayish.
So it's not too bright.
No, it's not too bright, but it's not too dark. I do have my dark spots though, but
she has her dark spots.
But I always
the corner.
The corner. Of course, she keeps the knives, guys, in the dark spots.
The dark spots. Yeah, you don't want to go there. Don't go there without light.
What about you, Tess? What do you do accidentally?
What do I do accidentally? I'm just the opposite of Robbie. I will think I said something to somebody, but I didn't.
Tess will stop listening to you on the fact of listening.
Yeah, that too.
She'll stop listening to you, completely start doing something, and you're like, and she'll go, oh. I'm like, what? Literally, you just stopped. Like, it wasn't like the process. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't hear you. She literally would just be like, imagine you're talking to someone and they're like,
Walter Mitty?
Yeah, they just
zoned out.
They just go back to what they're doing.
I actually do that. I'll think about something and then I'll get deep into my thought and then
she'll just forget. If you say
listening.
something that interests her, she'll just hold on to that one word and be like, everything you're saying right now means nothing.
I do that sometimes too.
Why?
I do that sometimes too.
Is it just a girl thing?
It's either it might be, but
maybe it is. I don't know. Like
my mom does that too.
I've never done that. I always am mad at myself because I'm like, that person said something that I wanted to talk about, but I forgot to think about it because I'm like, let me listen to this person or continue the conversation. I've never just like,
you know who does that? That's not a female.
Who?
Darion.
Oh,
I'll be talking to him and then he'll sit there and then he'll zone out and then. Yeah.
I'm not a zone out person.
And I'm like, did you hear what I said? And he's like, yeah, I heard what you said.
He's never gonna admit that he was wrong.
No, he repeats everything that I said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, why did it take you so long to respond?
His processor got backed up and he was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny because of his face, and I'm just like, oh, okay, well.
Okay, yeah.
So, what do you think?
Coming from a person who talks a lot, like, I talk all the time. I'm used to people not listening to me because I'm like, that's messed up. But still, Tasman does
I'm a daydreamer.
Taz does it in such a unique way. Like, usually, like, people will be trying to get out of a conversation with me. She'll be like, I'm listening. And then literally, in the middle of me talking, be like, uh-huh. I'm like, what was I talking about? She'll be like,
I do not know.
I do not know. At least she's honest about it. I'm like, okay, that's because my mom used to claim that she up and down would swear that she listened to me. I'm like, Mom, you never listened to me.
She failed you, huh?
She did fail me. She was the first woman to ever betray me.
Well, being a barber, you have to be like that. You have to. I'll sit there, and if I don't want to talk to you, I'm gonna autopilot. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna go into my room. And I'm just gonna sit there and just nod my head at you.
Do you find yourself in your own head a lot where you're thinking about something else and then you have to realize, oh, I'm doing something that I have to pay attention to?
Yep.
All the time.
I think that's a lot of people do that
all the time.
And I wonder, like, I know that there's a thing called like familiarity syndrome kind of thing, where once you're familiar with something, your body will be like, oh, now I can double task. When really, your brain should be like, oh, let me focus on this and then work on the next thing. But your brain will be like, oh, I'm familiar with this. Let me do this.
That's the story of my life. Every single day I'm at work. But then when I get out of work, I have to like shut that down. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people don't understand. I'm like, I'm trying to unwind from work, and that's what I'm doing. I'm like,
yeah, because you have to listen to people all day.
Yeah, and I'm mentally adjusting myself so I can actually focus on the people that I love and focus on my friends and focus and not just hear their thoughts. Yeah, not just go in and out.
Yeah,
because if you not pay attention.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. And so if you tell, I think as long as you're honest with people, like tell them, be like, hey, let me relax and calm down, and then we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
get out of work mode.
Yeah, let me get out. Or like people got to know when. Like my mom, like she's not a double tasker, so I would have to know. I'd have to wait.
Yeah, she's not.
You would have to wait for her to look at you and confirm that she is. Don't just wait for her to look at you. Wait for her to look at you and then confirm that she is listening. On. Yes, then we're gonna lock eyes with you. Then that means she's listening. So you just gotta know someone.
My mom isn't either. Never talk to her when she's on her phone. Like she'll be on her phone and then I'll be like, "Hey mom, can I do this?" And she'll be like,
I already told you I love to mess with.
And
I love to mess with my mom. I'll tell
me and
her
my
half
dad
the
will
story.
start like saying like, "Oh, Amy, da 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 da," and then she'll be like, "What?"
Yeah,
and
if you say Amy, if you add Amy something, you say, "Oh my god, Amy does this," She'll go,
She's
what?
like, what?
What? Like,
What?
she hears her name.
Yeah.
She hears her name, or if you tell sometimes I tell her half a story, and I'll be like...
Just make up something?
Yeah, I do. I'll be like, no, I'm not going to finish telling you.
Oh, yeah. And then
because she's very curious. So anything, I don't have to make up anything. I tell her part of the story. I'm like, man, dude, I can't believe he said that. What did he say? I'm like, no, you know what, Amy, you want to listen to first.
Yeah, like there was not even a story.
No, we just always added her name, because when she comes home from work, she's trying to get out of work mode, so she's like constantly...
Yeah. She concentrates at work.
She's not a multitasker at all. She multitasks at work, but she can't focus on other people. But she does a lot of other things.
She's very focused. Like, I one time on Snapchat, I got so close right behind her. I put the phone literally like to
in her
ear.
hair.
Yes.
In her hair.
I felt bad because I was super close, and I was like, I can't believe she knew. I walked up and walked away. I was like, oh my goodness.
And she still never knew until she went home and looked at his
until she looked at in the middle of the day she checked her Snapchat.
Oh, okay.
Amy, I was like, Amy. She goes, what? Because like she started to get me. I was like, just check your Snapchat. And I walked away, and she came over there. She was like, that's scary. Someone could just come up to me. I'm like, do not be that focused.
How funny.
You can tell how focused
That's
she
dangerous.
is because how hunched over she is, like looking.
And then she does this. She has like the scrunched up face a lot too. She goes,
funny.
A lot of people I can never focus that hard.
I can't focus that hard. I have
could never.
Yeah,
Only time I could ever not feel someone's presence around me is when I have my headphones in. Because then you're...
No, see, I can always feel somebody around me.
Yeah, that's
when
I'm more alert because my ears are focused on something else. So my feel...
everything else is like I guess as women, that's more of a thing.
Well, because I'm the guy that's always thinking of everything at once. So I'm always thinking of something. So if I want to have to focus on something, I have to occupy one of my other senses so that I can focus. Yeah. So when I have headphones in, that's me using two senses to do something. You know what I'm saying?
I have a friend like that.
So I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do anything else.
I used to have my headphones in a lot, but that was just more to ignore people than to focus. It was like, eh.
So do you guys remember Dave Chappelle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dave Chappelle was definitely one of the comedic geniuses of our time. And I'm kind of sad what happened. He ended up, Dave Chappelle had a show, the Chappelle Show, which you guys are probably very familiar with. And then he left and got out of the comedy game. But Dave Chappelle is back.
Really?
Yes. I was looking up Dave Chappelle. Like, this news that wasn't even on main news, but I kind of found it just because I was like, what's Dave Chappelle doing? You ever just look up somebody?
Yeah.
No. No?
No.
Oh, yeah,
I was going to lie for a second, but no.
No, I'm that guy. So I just looked up Dave Chappelle, and apparently Dave Chappelle keeps doing secret shows.
What does that mean?
Wow.
So for in comedy, I guess secret shows kind of like you don't advertise for it, and you don't put too much time from when you do it. So it'd be like a week. He'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do a show at this place in a week. And up in San Francisco, he's doing secret shows. And he has a couple shows scheduled for Canada. Canada has a huge comedy scene apparently, but he's doing shows in Chicago. But
those people are funny.
But there's this new technology that he's actually going to be implementing.
Okay.
That he's going to be trying to use. Actually, never mind. No, I got to go back. First, I looked up Hannibal Buress. You guys remember what happened with Hannibal Buress and Bill Cosby?
Yes.
So there's Hannibal Buress.
I feel so ignorant right now.
Well, you mean Hannibal Bill Cosby, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It wasn't new news that Bill Cosby was a rapist, but Hannibal Buress was making a joke about it. Had a joke about it, and he was basically like, "Oh, Bill Cosby likes to be like, black people should put up their pants. Young man need to put up their pants." And Hannibal was like, "But yeah, Bill Cosby, but you're a rapist, so." Anyway, he told a couple jokes like that. But the reason why that was important, the reason why it was so weird is that everyone was talking about like, oh, Hannibal Buress exposes Bill Cosby because he kind of brought it back to everyone's mind. But Hannibal Buress was like, it was just a joke that I had told 1,000 times. But someone in the crowd in the back pulled out their phone and recorded it. So one of the main things that is a threat to comedians and comics is the fact that people can record stuff on their phone now, because they're talking about once a joke is out there, once a joke has been told, it's already been done.
Oh yeah,
like you can re-listen.
In the wind.
Yeah, you can re-listen to a comedy to a musical album. People don't really replay comedy albums because once you've heard the jokes, they're done. So comics take a real long time of working on their act and then publishing it out. So there's this new technology that called Yonder Tech. They have these little bags. So they're trying to become mainstream. It's actually a really good idea that I think will pick up steam for like concerts and comedy and stuff, events and stuff like that you don't want people to get out and like share.
Oh, okay.
Because we're living in a digital world, you can see some concerts are online. So people are Snapchatting the whole concert.
That's so annoying.
If you do that in your story, please stop it.
Oh my god!
If you put a whole concert in your story, nobody wants to hear 13 seconds of each song that is being played. Please don't ever do that.
13 seconds of each song.
Don't do that to your friends. That's so mean.
100 seconds of just concert, and you're like,
like nobody. Please don't do that to your friends.
Oh, that's my favorite part. Wait, it didn't go all the way. Let me go to the next.
And then they get mad if you skip it. They're like, you didn't watch the whole thing, and I was like, no, it's
We're
annoying.
gonna walk through your whole concert anyway. So they're Yonder. What Yonder is? I'm saying what you think about. There's these little bags. Where you put security will give you the bag. They watch you put your phone in there. They seal it up, and then once you enter into the no phone zone, the sensors, the bag will lock itself.
Whoa.
So that you get to keep your phone, but you just can't pull it out and record anything. But if you get a call, or you can put it on vibrate or whatever. If you get a call or it starts moving, you can get your phone, but you just have to go out of the main arena. Usually probably in the lobby, and go into the phone zone, out of the no phone zone, and you can open up the bag.
No phone zone.
So I thought that was super cool technology, because comedians, they can protect their material. Dave Chappelle's going to be doing this at his shows in Chicago.
Yeah, I would too if I was Dave Chappelle.
And but yeah, Dave Chappelle. Because, oh my goodness, you know how much Dave Chappelle, his comeback, once he has the special,
he throws fire in the shade.
Once his comeback special comes out, I'm gonna be so excited. They were talking about the Dave Chappelle, because you were saying he throws fire in the shade. The only guy I was talking about Dave Chappelle's that where he went out there and just had a cigarette and was just smoking. He just smoked the whole time and told some jokes. Sat down. Smoked on the stage, was telling some jokes, and I was like, "That's so chill." Only Dave Chappelle could really, He's like,
I don't get
he was
it.
just chilling and having fun though. I mean, he wasn't like, because like Aziz Ansari, he's real animated, and there's other, people usually work the stage.
I like the animated.
I like bland humor. I like it's funny, but it's just like it's serious, or they're just talking like if it's nothing.
Like Louis C.K.
Wait, that is hilarious. You're not being animated. You're not laughing.
Those.
Like what?
I love those kind of like Louis C.K. is one of those comics. He's funny like that. Hannibal Buress is another one. Hannibal Buress just literally tells his jokes are so funny.
I think comedians that laugh at their own jokes while they're telling them are the best.
Oh yeah, you feel you feel like you're laughing with them.
Yeah,
you're just like, oh man, comedians who laugh during their set. Whitney Cummings is gonna have a new one that I'm kind of excited about, a new special called "I'm Your Girlfriend." She's one of those people that laughs at their own jokes.
That's funny.
Because you're supposed to. You laugh they're funny. I think it's funny. It adds to it.
You laugh at
not too much.
Have you heard of Chris D'Elia?
Chris D'Elia, yes.
Yeah.
D'Elia. How do you say it? I still don't know how to say it.
I think it's D'Elia.
D'Elia.
Yeah.
He was on the Justin Bieber roast, but I had heard him before. His stand-up.
Funny.
Oh my goodness, yes. He's one of the people who cracks up at his own joke.
Even if nobody's laughing, he'll be just yeah.
Oh my.
And then he'll look at the audience.
Oh, he does. He's
funny.
Funny though. He is funny.
One of my favorite stand-ups that Darion gets annoyed about is when he impersonates drunk girls.
Oh, I love that one. That one it gets me too because it goes too long. But other than that is so funny.
Then the Russian one, the ones with the Russians are funny too.
I always laugh when people laugh at their own jokes, but nobody else is laughing. So it's just as funny that nobody else is laughing, but they're laughing at their own jokes. Yeah. So they're like, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, if you're not laughing at the jokes, laugh at me, basically. Yeah, just for people to laugh.
I went back. I just listened to because I've been listening to comedy, and I listened to someone told me Chris Rock's. Not Chris Rock. I can't just remember. I want to say "Laugh at My Pain," but that's not him. That's Kevin Hart.
Kevin.
Dang it! Dang it! I just forgot. Just left my brain. Bringing the Pain. Chris Rock Bringing the Pain stand up on YouTube. If you listen to it, funniest. Oh my goodness!
I'm not a Chris Rock.
I was the same way. I was like, I'm not a Chris Rock. He was a voice for a different generation.
Yeah.
But I listened to it.
A weird generation.
The 90s.
Well, I mean, I was
the
part 90s. I was part of the 90s, but it was a weird.
It was like how old you weren't. You're not that much older than me. We weren't adults during the 90s. No. We didn't have to go through the stuff people were talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he was making jokes about OJ trial and different stuff like that. How and like what's his name? Jesse Van Buren. The mayor of New York was doing crack. Oh. He was telling a joke where he's like, what are kids like? How are people going to tell kids what to do then? He was, don't do drugs. You'll never amount to anything in life. I could be mayor.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So China tried to copy America.
What?
America's strong. No, anyway. So China built the largest vacant building in China.
They don't need that.
Yeah, they built a mall that was designed after the Pentagon. So it's shaped like the Pentagon, the United States, but bigger.
Oh.
So it's a Pentagon, but it's a bigger Pentagon.
Yeah, it's a bigger Pentagon. It's $200 million to build. Over $200 million. And 70 acres. Why? And it's a vacant building. Because they said the reason why it is vacant is because it's like a maze. People described it as a big and giant confusing maze.
That's creepy.
It's creepy. No one can find their way in it. That's why no one's renting space. They were renting space when they first built it because it was supposed to be like, oh, a mecca of industry, blah, 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 blah. But it's a giant, amazing building, so people can't find stuff.
I wouldn't either.
So now it's vacant.
That's scary.
Largest vacant building.
You know, if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm never going there.
Why not?
Because that would be terrifying.
No, this is the thing. If there's a zombie apocalypse, you go to the vacant. Yeah. Because this when you break in, you're like, oh, supplies, new clothes. I'd break into a mall if I was a zombie apocalypse. True. Get new clothes.
But I thought you said it was vacant. I thought there was nothing in there, right?
There is nothing in there.
But why are you saying clothes?
I mean, well, in the movies, aren't there vacant malls? Don't they have stuff in them still? I mean, I'm sure there's like one or two shops because it's cheap now. So what? It's cheap to do that.
One or two shops.
The reason why I was in the news is because they have apparently a Disney resort, Japan, the first Chinese Disney resort. I didn't think China liked fun. Let's be honest.
I didn't think so either.
Do you know China? What was someone told me China? China. So okay, I forgot if it was money. Okay. So China has this thing where if somebody says something against the government, like on like online or something like that, the government will flag them and make people unfriend them on Facebook and pay them. I think they pay them. What? China pays you to be compliant with them. I forgot. It's something like that, and you get points or something like that, and you get paid for not being.
Like a game.
I was like, that's so wrong. It sounds like a book someone would write. So there are people, if you say something, they'll be like, unfriend. Like, that's the way China punishes you.
That's not very much of a punishment. It would be like, okay.
Imagine if it would be. You have no friends because you can't be friends.
On social
media. Not just on social media, no. Real life, too. China's savage. Real life, too. They're like, you better not be friends with them.
I was like, okay, no, we're Facebook. That's fine.
They just isolate you.
I'm still thinking about the Disneyland.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be doing the Disney Resort. So, sorry.
Disney Resort. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be like cheap quality.
I'm thinking it's going to be expensive.
Made from China.
Well, I think Disney's going to be a part of it. I think it's going to be China's the cheapest. I think it'll be really expensive, but I think it's going to be no one out of the country is going to go there because it's in China. So
that's true.
You're going to go to China and they're going to be like, okay, go on our fun ride, circle. Well, what do? We walk in circles.
Oh my god!
Offensive, sorry.
A little bit
because it's a pseudo-communist. It's a pseudo-communist country.
Oh, I get it.
So they have no fun.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, so their rides are like build iPod, yay!
Dang. Oh,
sorry, is that wrong?
Flag.
That was racist. Build iPod ride. That's great though. Build iPod ride.
They're in like little pods.
It's gonna be 5 miles away. It's gonna be 5 miles away from the Disney Resort. So that's what they're hoping that it will.
iPod.
They're hoping that will bring people will be going to Disneyland, and that increased traffic will bring people to to the abandoned mall.
I'm just still thinking about the quality of their.
I mean, China's they're the richest.
I know, but when they send stuff out here,
it breaks.
It's like cheap quality.
Yeah, it's because we're American. Then like they don't really like us.
But maybe cheap quality is top-notch quality.
We both gotta get money from each other.
Even if it is Disney, I think Disney's a part of it. I think Disney got approval to build it there. Oh. I mean, I would think something like that. I think Disney was like, okay, we'll build one, but you gotta let us build it because they're also worrying about what you're worrying about. Yeah. They're like, we don't want things made in China.
No.
That's like, offensive.
I bet you everything in Disneyland, every material in Disneyland was made in China.
Mm. Well, that's the thing. China has China has a lot of. They just lifted the population.
For some reason, I don't like a lot of things made in China.
I don't ever recognize
for the quality.
I don't recognize if things are made in China. I guess
I don't know.
They just have a lot of factories. I would think that the smog.
I check a lot of stuff.
The smog is so thick in China. The thog is most smick. I'm sorry, guys. The thog is most smick. It's so thick that there was like a couple days in last year where you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you. And yeah, it was super bad. People couldn't drive.
So sad.
People couldn't drive. And China was just like, don't worry, guys. That's all they told people. Don't worry. I thought that was great.
So they build them all.
I'm like, China is savage. They're just like, it will be fine. Don't worry no more. Go back home, work.
I know, right?
In our factories, that's causing this.
Well, with all their technology and all their brains that they have there, with all those smart people that they have, wouldn't you think that they would make some type of filtration system for their air?
They should. You know what I would think? I would do?
They're a little lazy too.
I'd get a giant fan and then blow
technology. Their high tech technology.
Blow all the smoke into Russia. But a giant fan. Have a giant fan. Blow all the smog into Russia. What are they gonna do? What's Russia gonna do? They're like, hey, we're getting all your smog. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys just built the world's largest fan.
They should do something.
They really should.
Do you see our world's largest fan? No, we can't see anything.
We can't see anything.
There you go.
But it's facing us, coming from you.
So the last thing I wanted to bring up today, I thought was really cool, and in the midst of all
the last thing already, wow.
I know. It's like I said, once we get on good, it goes by really quick, guys. It's already been 57 minutes.
Wow.
See, we're good. See, it's fun. It's fun. People don't listen to it. We'll get better at it, but doing the podcast is so much fun.
Yeah,
you hardly realize it's an hour. You start talking, you just kind of go through everything.
It's really fun.
But this is the last thing. It's Oregon Portland Community College. Is it? Yeah, Oregon. So in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. I think I'm supposed to say Portland, Oregon.
I guess it is.
I thought she was just ripping off her skin. She's taking off a Band-Aid, and I thought she was peeling
her skin. It's like a see-through Band-Aid.
I thought you were peeling your skin, Robbie.
No.
So it's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
I got a battle.
Sorry. So in the midst of all this Oscar stuff about the white Oscars, there's been
Lord.
Oh my goodness, I found the greatest thing on Twitter. This is a side note. It was making things white.
Oh no.
Yes, so they took a bunch of movies and made the white version of it. Straight out of Hampton. Straight out of Hampton. No! It was don't be a menace in Southampton while driving your go-kart on the oh my goodness, I forgot. I retweeted, but it was a bunch of movies that they just turned white. It was so.
There was also that
Dude, where's my cardigan?
Why is that funny?
But they were clowning. They're totally clowning on the Oscars. There
was the SNL skit too.
Oh my goodness, we watched an SNL skit and it was making fun of the Oscars. They were like,
it was like guy with camera.
Yeah, white guy. It was a movie about black revolutionaries in Africa, and so the guy was like sitting there and he's like, "We will fight. You eat what I tell you. You fight what I tell you. We are warriors." And then it's a white guy going, "Oops," and he comes to the scene for like a couple seconds, then walks away, and he got nominated for an Oscar. And then the last guy was the funniest. They said it was like, "Oh, we're gonna nominate blah blah blah," made up name for his
No. It was made up name.
Made
for
up
his
name.
Role for random person on the phone.
Yeah, white voice on phone.
White
voice on phone in the movie about people being evicted in the projects. She's like, you don't. Like, and it's funny because they were getting all into it. Like, you think you can come in here and take my home? I have a family. Oh, okay. I'll put your message down.
Dang,
and then at the end, it's like, all the white people won.
The winners are all white actors. Yay!
Wow.
Oh my goodness. It was so funny.
It was funny. But in the midst of that, Portland, Oregon wanted to start April's Whiteness History Month. They're going to celebrate that. That's what I made that initial face. You guys can see Robbie's face.
It's like
the same face I make. It's like an anger, how could you face.
And a confusion.
But I read the program, and it's not going to be like, Black History Month, a celebration of, the black inventors and kind of remember of what black people had to go through. This one is a study about the white culture. The one thing they're gonna talk about white privilege to understand. Well, I think that's interesting to talk about for people because there are a lot of people who deny that white privilege is a thing. So I think they're gonna actually do a study into whiteness, the culture, how the culture developed, and how people think towards whiteness. As I said, it's not white. They said not White History Month. Not going to be delving into the history of white people. We're going to be talking about the culture of whiteness.
So they're going to just pretty much dissect the white culture.
Yeah. Which I think it's time that somebody did. Because there's a support group for single white males.
Okay.
A support group?
Yes, that's what I said. You do not deserve. There's no support group for you. You need no help. You're a single white man. There is no problem for you in this world.
That's true.
No problem for you there.
No, blacks are winning.
No, we're not winning.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, I think so.
Are we winning?
Yeah. So. Interracial couples. Well, except for in LA.
Yeah,
LA stepped up your game.
We went, they're starting to see a lot of more interracial couples, which is true, but like I said, and that's what I'm saying, it's still not, compared to as of now, the people who are racist and, they're still in charge of stuff. The baby boomers, they're still all in charge of stuff. So until then, I think definitely in the next few generations, I think there will be a lot more equality because people care about it.
Probably within the next 5 years.
Next 5 years. I would agree. There's definitely going to be a drastic change, and not because it's like people are going to be like, oh, because we've been fighting for it. Not because we've been fighting for it, but because the climate has changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People everywhere around you will talk to plenty of people our age, and they will agree. Racism. No, don't. They have a completely different view on racism and on equality. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just from living in the society they live in now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely going to change, but I definitely think it'd be very interesting to see what they study about white privilege because they got some stuff to say. They asked me, I got some stuff to say. I
kind of don't go to school anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, today we're going to be learning about white privilege.
I'm definitely going to make sure that I keep up with this in April, just to see what happens, because it might not actually go through.
Yeah, well, it might or it might not go through, but at the same time, it might cause more attention.
Well, that's why at first I thought what they wanted to stress, like they put in the thing, they were stressing this is not White History Month. This is not an attempt to undermine. This is not an attempt to undermine Black History Month because that's everyone's argument. I'm tired of that argument. Every time.
Why do we have a White History Month?
Yeah, when's White History Month? Shut up. Every month is White History Month for people who don't know. That's what you learn. George Washington, from beginning George Washington, King George, all those people. You learn about White History Month, but. They said they're going to study whiteness as a culture, and I was like, that'd be interesting because there are people who study the black as a culture, and that's what I think you should focus on Black History Month and not like
not what you.
That's why I think it's.
Well, then in order to do that, not in order, but if they do that, which sounds like they probably will, hopefully they won't focus on how whites enslaved blacks in a sense like that, because that's gonna
that'll cause a lot more
tension and a lot of controversy.
Yes,
a lot of controversy. So they should. I hope that they really stick to their plan and format of digging into the culture and separating it from whole...
Because that's like
once you start down that path, you start down the path of enslavement and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it automatically directs to that.
Yeah, that's the history of it. I think that takes away from...
It's a very fine line into a sticky path.
It is a sticky path. Like I said, racism is still very, like, you guys remember Obama was talking about that, how it's still the country's still racist. People think that it's done and over with, but it's not.
Well, they're slowly bringing up the dust.
Yeah. I think, well, as I said, you cannot... in my view, everyone can agree that something is not, just because you don't talk about something doesn't mean it's gone or it's not handled. And so that's a lot of stuff that's been happening with racism. That's why it's coming back up, like with the Oscars and because there was a time when we didn't talk about it because it was like, oh, black people are just angry about stuff. They're just angry. That was the whole thing. And so now that they're like, okay, now it's time to start calling attention to it again because stuff starting to happen. And it's like, okay, hey, it's supposed to be equal. If it was equal, we shouldn't have the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like because it's not like it's like about the Oscars. It's not like there weren't black movies that came out. They nominated Sylvester Stallone in Creed, the movie with Michael B. Jordan, who did an amazing job. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of actually too. I didn't write it down, but there's a movie called just forgot because the Sundance Festival just happened over the weekend, and there's the number one movie is actually a movie about slavery. A slavery revolt, and they're like, interesting time. I wonder if that's why it is first, but apparently it was well written and directed and acted.
Oh wow,
interesting.
But side comment, not about blackness, but I always find it interesting how before triple threat actors were singing, dancing, and acting, right?
Yeah,
singing, dancing, acting. Now because there's so much content and stuff, creators have to create stuff for themselves. So there's not really any triple threat singer, dancers, and actors. I mean, except for in Broadway, but like in the movie industries, people have to be writers, actors, directors.
Yeah.
Because the Sundance movie, the guy who the number one movie wrote it, directed, and starred in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's such a different perspective now. You have to create your own thing for you to give yourself your own spotlight, your own boost.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. The way that society has totally changed that, where you have to make stuff yourself.
That's true.
But anyway, that's all we have for you guys today. Hope that, and it was a slow week. If you're like, wow, I don't really care about it. I don't care about any of this news. We looked. We all looked for news that was exciting, and
for me to be quiet is.
There wasn't very much exciting news happening this week, so.
But I am excited about my soundboard.
Yeah, we got some exciting stuff, man. Wait, play my one. Ooh, I forgot the one. We got to play the one that we're going to send the people out on. Oh. So, I also want to tell the email. That's what I wanted to say.
Wait.
So all my information is going to be in the description. Follow me on Twitter @BDMafia.
I finally have a Twitter now.
Yeah, Taz has Twitter. What's Taz's Twitter?
I forgot. Is it Anderson?
It's Anderson Taz.
Okay, I still need to
thank you for the shout out, by the way.
Oh, no problem.
Yes, Robbie. And Robbie, what's yours again? Because I have to follow you.
My Twitter is @thisgirlspacely.
This girl Spacely.
This girl Spacely.
And I'll make sure to start putting Robbie's going to be one of our new hosts. You heard her last week. She's going to be our new host. So,
Thank you for having
So I'm going to try to put her information in the bottom, in the description, so you can always find a link to her stuff, because she is a poet. She may not talk about a lot, but she's a poet. She got them words on lock like that. So
I got bars.
She got bars.
I got bars.
She may not be a rapper, but this is what we came up with in the studio. The days that Neil deGrasse Tyson put his beef on wax, guys, this is a whole new world. The whole year's opened up. Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, "Hey, put your diss track on wax, and it lives forever now." When Neil deGrasse Tyson makes a diss track, I'm sorry, I'm so excited about that. I was like, I have to talk about this. Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, diss track. Called it a diss track. Got it! Oh, a Vine soundboard. So we're going to send you guys out. Be excited. Say some good stuff.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Wait. Okay, everyone's got to give them their best. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Okay, I got this. Bye, Felicia.